Hi folks, in this video I will share with you what I consider to be the best 5 hikes on the mountains of Arran. All aboard! First up are the Pirnmill Hills in the northwest corner of the island. Starting from the coast road at h-oighe, a good path takes us up to Beinn, a popular spot for picnics, swimming and camping. A steep ascent brings us up onto the main ridge and the first of our summits, Brodick. There are excellent views from here across to the main mountains of Arran. We continue along the ridge until we reach the trig point at h-oighe. We then drop down and a short ascent brings us to the summit of Beinn. Just beyond the summit, the large, flat, grassy area provides a superb spot for an overnight camp with excellent views across to the Caisteal Peninsula, Jura and Isla. The descent commences on a good path, but lower down crosses rougher, boggier ground before reaching the intake for the Pirnmill hydro scheme. After crossing the burn, a good path takes us down through a wooded area and eventually to the coast road at Pirnmill. Next up is Sannox to Brodick via the Maiden's Breast or Cioch. Starting at the car park at Sannox, we head into the Glen before we turn left and climb uphill along the side of the Alta Chapul. A rising traverse brings us across the face of the Cioch and the start of our scramble. The Grade 1 scramble brings us onto the summit of the Cioch, and we continue along the airy ridge where care is needed in several places. Looking back, there are expansive views across the Firth of Clyde, and to the right, Glen Sannox is dominated by Cioch and Caisteal. We continue along the broad ridge until we reach the granite tor marking the summit of h-oighe. From here, we drop down to the Beinn and keep to the lower path, which eventually rises to the summit of Goatfell. At 874 metres, Goatfell summit is the highest point on the Isle of Arran and in good weather provides an exceptional panorama. We now have the long descent on what is known as the tourist path, which will eventually take us down through the forest to Cladach and then along the road or along the beach into Brodick. Our third hike is the Glen Rosa Horseshoe. Starting at Cladach, we take the tourist path to the summit of Goatfell. From there, we continue along the ridge to North Goatfell before the descent to the saddle. This is a good spot for a break before the steep ascent to Cioch. The small, airy summit of Cioch is situated at the centre of Arran's northern mountains, and as such it provides a superb 360-degree panorama. Route continues down the west side of Cioch and passes below h-oighe before climbing to the summit of Beinn. We continue along this fine ridge, say hello to the old man, and then climb to the summit of Beinn. The initial descent from the summit is steep, but the gradient soon eases and we descend to cross a flat boggy area of ground before we cross the Garv Alt and descend into Glen Rosa. We join the cart track and continue to the main road, where we turn left and carry on into Brodick via Fisherman's Walk. Next up is a route from North Sannox to Brodick via Caisteal. Starting at the large car park at North Sannox, we take the path into the Glen. The path emerges from the forest and we cross the Beinn before the ascent to Sail an Im. The path hugs the rim of Garv Corrie, and in winter conditions it has a true alpine feel. Our route passes to the right of the granite tors ahead, and there are excellent views to the west. The summit of Caisteal is on the more easterly of the two granite tors and is marked by an Ordnance Survey stud set into the rock. We descend the easy ground to the south and head towards the impressive peak of Cioch. A cairn marks the start of the traverse path which cuts across the west face of Cioch before descending to the Beinn. The initial descent into Glen Rosa is on a steep pitched path, but eventually the gradient eases and the path widens. There are two small stream crossings and a short boggy section to negotiate before reaching a fenced area which has a wonderful waterfall. The path continues on the west side of the Rosa water and crosses the bridge at Garv Alt. The cart track takes us out of Glen Rosa to join the String Road where we turn left and continue to Brodick on either the road or via Fisherman's Walk and the beach. And finally, my favourite hike on Arran, the Three Beinns. The route starts and finishes at the beginning of the cart track into Glen Rosa, where it joins the String Road. Keep a lookout for red deer and the eagles which nest on the crags above the glen. We cross the bridge and then turn left and head up the side of Garv Alt. After passing through the second gate, we strike off to the right, crossing boggy ground, and begin the ascent of Beinn, the first of our Three Beinns. Our route takes us across the head of the glen, turns left and passes through this granite arch. We continue to the ridge where we turn left at the Beinn and commence the ascent to the summit of Beinn. We pass the Old Man of Tarson and continue along this splendid ridge to climb to the summit of Beinn, our third and final Beinn of the day. The path descends steeply from the summit and then reaches a broad, flat area. The ground to the right is stony and bare and is the site of a Second World War plane crash. I have put some details in the video description. Returning to the path, we continue the descent, cross an area of flat, boggy ground, and then eventually cross the Garv Alt. Finally, we descend into Glen Rosa and retrace our steps along the cart track to the start of the route.